What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the TRCBY show. Today, we're going to show you guys something a little bit different. So, I bought this ABS from Newegg because it was the only way for me to get a 3090. Because you literally can't get anything like a 3090 without buying the pre-build. So, I bought this pre-build a few weeks ago, maybe a week ago, maybe a week and a half. Anyways, it came with these deep cool fans, right? So you had RGB here, and then I kept these two here, but I replaced this top one right here with the Delta that I had since 2011, and these Deltas are like industrial grade. Instead of moving at 30 to 60 cubic feet per minute or per hour or whatever it is, like these things are like graded at like 200 and something whatever, and they get ridiculously loud. However, with the fan control, it's like smooth if you I guess keep it at 20% or 30% or even 40%. Doesn't get too loud, but huge difference in when I'm rendering. My temps are pretty good, and this is really quiet compared to like that weird makeshift with the rope. And the case is closed, it's fully closed right now, but there's just so much more air flowing. I kind of want to keep the front open just so it pulls more in. Maybe crack the top a little bit, or maybe leave the glass off the side. But you don't want bugs or anything to come towards the light, because it's RGB and it may attract like little insects here and there. You don't want them to start frying your motherboard and stuff like that. So just a thought. But yeah, I replaced 4 of these the fans, and I saved myself a whole boatload of wiring mess. And I kept things very simple, like super simple, and all of the fans work perfectly with the I guess software, like built-in software that you get here. So let me just open that up real quick for you guys. So check that out. Like before, I was actually hitting thermal throttling when I'm rendering out my videos, and my videos have been quite long, a little bit longer than I would like, but it is what it is. I'm just having a good time. So anyways, here is my profile. So check this out. I mean, I kept this as is. The pump will always be at 100% because it should always be at 100% pumping, right? So going to the front. So the first CPU fan, I set it up to 2050, and right now it is somewhere in the whatever range that says, but it's pretty quiet. And then I just have that slope. So going on to the next one over here, this is where my current temp is. So it stays quiet 20% until it hits 50 for that. And then same thing, I kept everything at a 20-50 ratio, and then it'll just really blast off if I'm doing huge rendering work. And if it gets too hot, of course it'll pump up. And anyways, if I'm rendering, I don't really care about the noise because I'm not playing a game or anything like that. So again, the temps are looking really good. I got a huge bonus in temp control, and the volume is really it feels like it sounds as if it's max when these guys are running at full blast, and it was thermal throttling. So that took me quite a bit to get all of the wires out, because all of these guys, they come with these splitters. Right here, you'll see the RGB splitter, and then a 3-pin fan controls and such like that, and then it'll split off into another power, and they all do this, and it's super annoying. There's just so much wire going into just RGB. Well, one extra really, but then they have built-in splitters like this. this is like ridiculously long, and this in itself, it's just like, it's so much. And then when I opened up the back of the computer case, it was like, it was neat, right? Like, it was folded, but there's just so many of it. So with the Delta, you only have like a 3-inch cord or a 4-inch cord or whatever. You got to make it work. So I made it work, and I'm glad that all of my Deltas, the top, the front, and the back, are controlled by the fan curve, because I plugged it in directly to the motherboard. I made sure that it worked right before I put it all back together. So doing that, saving all these running wires and these splitters all over the place that it would normally have, and it's just like ridiculous. So yeah, so that is, I think that was a good project. I totally benefited from doing a 20-50 degrees, and it's smooth for just game playing, nice and quiet, case is closed, and it's just a nice little hum, and it's, I don't think it's that bad at all. Yeah, I don't see the RGB anyways if I'm in front of the computer, and it also prevents me from like overheating and like thermal like throttling. So that's such a bonus, and that's only running at like whatever percentage this would be. It's not, I'm not really hearing it either, but I could show, I think you've seen my other videos. If you guys can feel it, it is ridiculous. Where I put it up to the max, I have the strings next to it. It's one of those crypto mining videos that I did, where I was trying to like do a makeshift, keep the original fans and all that jazz, but I was like, you know what, screw it, let's put in the work, take this thing apart. I did, and I just got rid of all these wires. It's like so many just for the RGB, and I think it's it just saved a lot. It just saved a lot of mess in the back, and fan control options for the Delta, because they ramp up so much more than these quiet ones. But at the same time, the low, like 20% of this is like max of that. So 20% of a Delta is pretty much, yeah, a max of these like low RPM RGB silent fans. So if you want something that's silent, I would say get a silent fan. But if you want something that could do silent in like 20% and keep your temps down when you're rendering, like, I like the Delta. That's me personally. I had it for like a decade, literally a decade. My Newegg order was like 2011, and I was like, holy cow, that was one of my first built when I had the original, what was it, the i930, and it still works. I took apart my old, I cannibalized it. So all right, let's go take a look. So I cannibalized my old PC over here, and I just took it all apart. I'm like, all right, let's just take all this good stuff, and guess what I still have in here? It's a GTX 690. It's like the dual, yeah, GPU card. But anyways, that's just like, you know, something else that I was just kind of doing, is just taking apart my old computer. And I love this case. This was an awesome case, by the way, but it's so dusty. I just haven't cleaned it in such a long time. But yeah, that is it for now. So I hope all is well. That's a little something other than gaming. And yeah, so hope everybody's staying safe, healthy, and yeah, peace.